In a previous tutorial video, we learned how to use the 2D sketch tools for chamfering and filleting. So we're going to use that same file. So we're going to come in now and open that file up, go back into your automobiles. This is going to be sketch practice. Open up that file so that we've got these two sketches here taken care of. So, and we're going to extrude these back now. So we're going to go ahead and take this sketch practice file and we're going to extrude both of these. So we're going to select both of these and we're going to extrude these back 1.5 inches. So now I want you to notice now as we look at these and as we kind of see them, the fillets and the chamfers basically were copied over and were part of the actual extrusion itself. So there's a little bit of a difference here in the way these are kind of generated. Sometimes in the past, of course, if you needed to make a change to your solid model, oftentimes fillets and radii on parts get changed because after the part's been in service, they realize, hey, we either need a larger chamfer or a bigger radius for lead-in or smaller because things got hung up because it was too big. So oftentimes those features on a part are frequently changed from one point to another. So we're going to demonstrate now another way to actually kind of do this and generate this out as well. So now, if you remember, part of what these activities are designed or for is to get you used to using the software package and kind of going through all the tools. So I'm going to go back in. We're going to re-edit. I'm going to edit, and we're going to kind of come back over here to the sketch. I'm going to right click, edit sketch. We're going to create another sketch here to kind of redo all of this. So, and again, I'm not too concerned with dimensions at this point. We'll just kind of put everything in place. So maintaining the construction of this. Now, notice I said that, but it kind of double lined, so not a big deal. Let's see how we can kind of fix this here. All right, so I'm going to use my modify extend tool, and I'm going to extend that line down to there. Now, that leaves me some points. I'm going to trim off this and that. So there's my surface using the modify extend tool. Now I can go ahead and dimensionally constrain this, and we want the same dimensions. So this is going to be 1.5 dimension. This is going to be 2-inch dimension. So and each of these are going to be 0.5 and 0.5. Okay, so we'll go ahead and finish that sketch out. Now, that sketch disappears because it was part of the sketch that was consumed by this original extrusion that we did a few minutes ago. So if we want that, well, let's go back in and let's edit this feature. So it brings it back out. And now I can add that to the actual extrusion, and we can keep that and make that a part of it too. So now I've got these three different parts, and you can see the differences between the 90-degree corners versus the chamfer. All right, now I'm going to use this one to show and do the actual chamfer tool. So let's kind of come down here. As we take a look, actually the first thing is the radius or the fillet tool. So we're going to go ahead and put a fillet on each of these edges. Now notice, so there's the first one. We'll go ahead and point 0.25. So I could do these individually, or I could do these all at the same time. So either way. So let's kind of come back down here. Let's select fillet. Each of these edges are going to be a 1/4 inch fillet. So there is the fillet tool and how we would be able to use that to make that a part of it. All right, now just like in our sketch tool, so I also have the ability here to move and copy. So in this case, I'm actually getting the move and copy tool right up here on my modify panel. Notice here when we select bodies, so it gives us choice. Do we want to move components, bodies, or faces, or sketch objects? So in this case, I'm going to select the body. So I want to move this, and we're going to move this in the X3. So, but I want to create a copy. So we're going to create a copy. Notice the differences here between move and create a copy. So let's go ahead and hit OK. So now I've got two of these. Now, so I've got the radii, and now notice this would be called a round. This would be called a round. This would be called a fillet because these are outside radii. This is an inside radius. So this is called a fillet. These are called rounds. Just some standard terminology. Now I want to go back and take care of and create a chamfer on here. Well, at this point, if I click on that particular feature, in this case the radius, and I right click and then delete, it'll take it back and I will get that back to the 90 degree. To put the chamfer on, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to use the chamfer tool, select the edge. This is an equal distance, so we're going to make that 0.25. There's my chamfer on it. Now I'm keeping the rest of this kind of with the fillets here just so you can see, because we're going to use the chamfer tool one more time. So, and I'm going to notice I can select this whole edge. So, and we're going to chamfer this whole edge with a 1/4 inch chamfer. Now notice, so long as I have those tangency points and I maintain that, look at the results. So it's a nice smooth transition. That's a nice feature on that. The radial tool is kind of the same way. So let's go ahead with the fillet here. So in this case, I'm going to select this edge for the fillet, and we're going to make this a 1/8. So 1/8 of an inch radius there. So, and you have that radius. So now let's go. So not only do I have the ability to do that on an edge, but these 3D fillet and chamfering tools are pretty powerful. So if I go back to the fillet tool here, and if I select the whole surface, or what they call the face, so I can also select the face here. So I'm going to actually cancel out of this one. We're going to do this on this one back here. So I'm going to select that face. And now let's say, all right, we want this to be a 9/16. So now notice it didn't allow that because it was too big. So like, not a big deal. Let's kind of come back. Let's make this, oops, undo. So let's come back and let's make this face. So if I select the face, let's make this 5/16. Notice what happens as we kind of make that a 5/16. It kind of generates this and we kind of get a cool look to it. So there's some neat things that can be done either using the edge or the face in our chamfer and fillet tool in the 3D modeling features here. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and practice, kind of see what you can do and the shapes and how that can be used to give you different types of design looks on your parts when you're modeling. Of course, one more thing as we go through, always make sure we save this as sketch practice. Now we're going to come back over here. We're going to go File, Save As, and in this case, let's save this as 3D modeling tools practice hyphen your first and last initial. So this will be 3D modeling tools. Let's take out that space. 3D modeling tools practice hyphen first and last name. So in the Automoblox folder, and save that. and now you are finished.